Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to Discussionverse. Today I'm breaking down Alien Earth. The show just had its season finale yesterday, and the show has solidified itself as part of a return to form for the beloved Alien franchise, especially with the decline seen with entries like Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, and even Alien Covenant. While these films had a lot of potential and some spectacular scenes, they didn't feel like they added anything special to the franchise. Though before we dive into what Alien Earth gets so right, this is your friendly reminder to smash that like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel and are loving the content so far, then of course leave a comment down below. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. Noah Hawley has taken the bones of Alien and built something bold and new. This series honors the classic formula, humans caught between corporate greed and the alien terror, but then goes further, widening what alien really means. Alien Earth manages to bring standout characters, further the lore building with synthetics, hybrids, and now cyborgs introduced. We go back to the evil corporation Weyland-Yutani, plus an introduction of other corporations that are in control of the planet. The show also honors the xenomorph mythos while introducing new horrors with other dangerous alien life forms. While the episode 8 finale may not have stuck the landing, there is still so much potential in a season 2 and beyond. All these plot lines were weaved into a narrative that feels both inevitable and surprising. It doesn't overwrite the films we love such as Alien, Aliens, and Alien Romulus, but instead it fills in the cracks, showing us why Weyland-Yutani learned and began to keep their crews in the dark, especially after disasters like the USCSS Maginot. I'll get to more of what I mean by that later in this video. Along with that, the characters in this show really make it pop and stand out more so. We start off with Kirsch. He's a synthetic that is working with Boy Cavalier and gives us a new look at the artificial life and synthetics we've seen before like Ash, Bishop, and even David. Timothy Oliphant absolutely crushes this role and oozes so much aura as the white-haired synth. He's cold, calculated, and always one step ahead. Don't say congratulations, but you know they watch that shit. We then come across Morrow the cyborg, and he is a first for the franchise as a human enhanced with cybernetic upgrades. He is the chief of security and sole survivor of the USCSS Maginot, and that single choice cracks open the mythos in a big way. As for decades we've only seen synthetics or humans, and now we're seeing what happens when humanity willingly fuses with machine in order to survive. It definitely adds another layer to this universe, as prior we've only seen synthetics such as Ash, Bishop, David, etc. And even though he is also cold and calculated, there's a lot more that is going on with Morrow the cyborg. Babu Sise brings so much complexity with this character who teeters the line between man and machine. He is able to feel guilt, fear, and navigates this in such a way that it makes him a completely morally gray character. But once again, like Kirsch, he is absolutely captivating, and the way the actors bring these characters to life really helps out the show. And then there's Wendy and the Lost Boys, Slightly, Curly, Nibs, Smee, and Toodles. These characters embody the themes of identity and transformation through their hybrid existence. Their arc forces us to ask, what makes someone human? Where do the lines blur when consciousness, memory, and technology collide? It's a very interesting angle within the show, and each actor performs incredibly well in portraying a child in an adult's body, specifically Smee and Slightly. Though Wendy is more of the advanced of the bunch and develops the ability to communicate with the Xenos, which I found to be very interesting and different, but I'm curious to see where that may go. And of course, we cannot forget the creatures in the show who also serve as characters, and that includes the Xenomorph who has returned in all their terrifying and unstoppable glory. But Noah Hawley doesn't stop there. The standout with the other creatures is T. Ocelus, deadly, highly intelligent, and totally different from the Xenomorphs as we know them now. I love this angle and expanding on what the word alien actually means in this universe aside from just the Xenomorphs. By putting creatures like the T. Ocelus, the Fly, the Blood Ticks, and the Plant Alien alongside the Xenomorph, the show makes the world feel that much bigger and that much scarier than ever before. It reminds us that the galaxy isn't just home to one predator, it's teeming with the threats that we barely begun to understand. The other silent brilliance of Alien Earth is how it enriches the timeline without breaking it. The USCSS Maginot disaster plays like a classic alien story, sabotage, claustrophobia, and the creeping dread of an alien outbreak. It also sets the stage for why Weyland-Yutani became so secretive and began to sabotage even their own crew at the expense of their lives. When you look at the chain, the Maginot in Alien Earth, the Nostromo in Alien, the Corbalin 4 in Romulus, you can see the company's playbook forming. Each disaster is another reason to bury the truth, another reason to send crews in blind. It also adds credibility to how Weyland-Yutani could easily send out various crews at the cost of lives. The show also manages to drop clever nods for fans, such as echoes of familiar set designs, including Mother, gun designs and sounds, plus action beats that nod back all the way to Aliens, and thematic touches that remind us of the larger franchise without ever feeling like a retread. And this is where I feel Noah Hawley's approach really shines, as Alien Earth doesn't try to replace Ridley Scott or James Cameron. Instead, it claims its own territory, a corner of the mythos where synthetics, hybrids, cyborgs, and new species collide with the corporate nightmare that's always been at the heart of this franchise. It's equally atmospheric and character driven, and it's layered with new ideas that make the old films hit harder. It's the kind of storytelling that makes you rewatch Alien and Aliens with fresh eyes. And that's the beauty of Alien Earth. It expands the mythology with bold new ideas while never losing sight of what makes this franchise iconic. It honors the xenomorphs, it introduces fascinating new life forms, and gives us a compelling human and synthetic characters, and deepens our understanding of Weyland-Yutani's darker motives. It doesn't just add to the saga, it absolutely strengthens it, standing as a story that forms its own corner within the Alien universe. And I definitely know that the episode 8 finale was divisive, especially in knowing that there has not been a full confirmation for season 2, and that is very bold considering the ending is left open-ended, and we know a few things with that. This being that Wendy and the Lost Boys have taken over the Neverland Island and have captured Boy Cavalier, Kirsch, Adam, Dame, and Morrow, and then she states, "Now we rule." During that same time, Yutani has prepped and launched her team to the Neverland Island. We also know that in the chaos of episode 8, T. Ocelus and the plant alien managed to escape the compound, while the Lost Boys and Wendy were managed to capture only the ticks and the fly, plus the eggs that were left in the lab. If a season 2 is greenlit for Alien Earth, we can definitely expect these two storylines to go down, with Weyland-Yutani's forces storming the island where the kids have taken over, while Wendy has two xenomorphs at her side and at her command. We can see them coming into conflict, and then there is the danger of T. Ocelus loose on the island and using Arthur's dead body. Plus, the plant alien is also loose on an island that's booming with plant life and has multiple hiding areas. There's a lot of potential chaos and character evolution just waiting to unfold, but as of now, that's all just speculation. What we do have though is a solid first season, as Alien Earth gave us a unique fresh take on the franchise, blending coming of age themes with body horror, corporate conspiracy, and the ever looming terror of the xenomorphs, plus other creatures that exist out there in this universe. It laid a strong foundation, introducing compelling characters, intriguing mysteries, and bold new lore. The finale has definitely stirred up mixed reactions. For some, it was a solid, exciting finale, while for others, it felt rushed and too far removed from the earlier episodes without having any high stakes payoff. It's a growingly divisive ending, but one that at least sparks conversation, while also leaving plenty of room for expansion should a second season ever get the green light. I also don't mind at all using my imagination to fill up the ending bits here and could think about what could go down with this kind of open ending, even if we don't get a second season. And I think that's something that a lot of TV shows and movies are kind of missing nowadays, as they expect fans to be very passive and just kind of get all the information. I still think a lot should be left up to our interpretation and our imagination when we're seeing this, so I think the show itself definitely achieved that. That being said, that does wrap up my thoughts for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and also watching Alien Earth. If not, give it a try and see what you think. Before you go, this is one last friendly reminder for you to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and then from there, if you enjoyed all of this, you want to hit that subscribe button and then turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new video. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.